Hi friends, it's Sarah from rufflesandrainboots.com, and today I'm making this chunky monkey Dollar Tree gnome. He's cute and easy, and if you'd like to make him, boop, stick around. As always, please give this video a like so I know you're here, and it also helps me with this YouTube algorithm. So this guy is rock solid. He has minimal details. He's easy to make out of one Dollar Tree sock, and he's a lot of fun. So if you'd like to make him, this is what you're gonna need. I'm using it's a monkey, a stuffy from the Dollar Tree, and yeah, it's gonna be his beard. I'm also using the sand, it's vase filler from the floral section. I'm gonna be using wood rounds, but I did have pom-poms that I bought that I can't find from the Dollar Tree. I'm gonna show you how I use the mittens for arms and feet, and then I'm going to hack up just one of these Dollar Tree socks that do not have any grippers on the bottom. I'm also going to show you how to assemble the boot ornaments and options like that. I'm not going to use for this gnome, but I'm going to show you how because I get a lot of questions about it. So for my nose, I'm going to use a wood round. You can use a paper mache round that you pull off other projects. Like I said, I bought a package of pom-poms at the Dollar Tree, but I can't find it. But I am going to start by pouring this sand into a simple zip top bag and securing that bag just like so. I'm going to make sure it has about 3 inches wide before I push out all the air. And then, as you can imagine, that's the weight and inside of our gnome. We're going to build the bottom so that the top of the bag acts as the fill for our hat. So yeah, you know the next step. We're just gonna tuck this into the sock and then bang it on the table. It's gonna look like a kettlebell of sorts. So before I get over there, I want to show you, I get asked a lot about the boot ornaments and about sock gnomes. This is literally how it's assembled. So I cut off the ornament tie for these boots, and then I would, if it were me making them, and I will make something with these boots, which I got at the Wal-Mart here at the coast, I'm just going to separate the toes a little bit. And then I'm going to, any place that the boots touch each other after the toes are turned out, I'm going to hot glue that and secure it. And then it's super easy to build your gnome off of that. It's a nice strong base. I'm using the ornament tie from the boot ornaments as the way to tie off the top of this. You can use Dollar Tree twine. But the important part is that the plastic bag is in that tied portion. So it's sticking out the top. There's no sand in it. I'll show you in just a second because we're going to find out where the top of that bag is and cut it off. You see it there? It has no sand in it, but it's going to help us have a little bit of structure. And to do that, I'm just going to glue the sock to the sock itself and then also just encapsulate that little bag top inside. All right, so again, for those of you who wanted to know, this is exactly how it looks. It looks super cute, by the way. I'm not saying it doesn't. I just didn't want it for this. I want those for another project. All right, so this is the top of the sock we cut off. You can see there's the part we cut off down here and then the part at the ankle. So we're going to hem the part we cut off because I don't know if you can see it. All over my workspace and me are those little red floofs from cutting up this sock. So I'm gonna speed this up. No one wants to watch me burn myself because I left my hot glue finger guards at home during my coastal crafting trip. Okay, so now I'm gonna use some Dollar Tree twine to create the top of my hat. So this is the part that I hemmed, and I'm just going to double knot it a couple of times, making sure the heel is in the back. Whatever you want to see, there's my heel right in the back. And the bottom is what's going to go, or the ankle part is what's going to go on top of our gnome. Now I felt really bad about this because if my daughter had seen this, she would have cried. But we're going to just lop off the head real quick of this monkey and set that aside and just not look at it. And then we're going to cut off one side of the body. And the reason we're doing this is because this is going to be our gnome beard. We're just going to shape it right into an easy little piece. All this stuffing, save that for another gnome, you know, one with a taller hat. But I'm just going to speed this part up because it's just me cutting that off part. And the floof gets everywhere, by the way, because this is not high quality stuff. So what I'm going to do is cut off any bits that are protruding because I want the top to be relatively even, and then I'm going to shape one side. So the trick here, don't cut it to a point, cut it to a little flat edge in the middle, because we're going to end up turning that up so we can just lock in all of these fibers. To get the other side, I just matched the two up and cut it off, put those aside to stuff something later, and do take the time to just kind of pull the side edges, there you go, just to avoid that stuff getting all over everywhere. That's it. And now we're just going to, I have red floof on my glue gun. Anyway, now we're just going to hot glue the sides of these. Be careful, because I did burn myself, because again, hot glue finger guards are at home, but this is really thin material. All right, so you're just gonna do that for the other side. I'm just going to speed that up. Okay, so this is what I have now, and it's gonna go right on the front of my gnome. That's it, super easy. I'm going to have a beard that sort of tucks down underneath, but if you don't want to lock it down, that's fine, you don't have to. I'm just gonna make sure all of the sides and the top are secure as well before I move on. See how quickly this comes together? I don't even know if it's been like 5 minutes yet, but I know he's super cute and he's heavy. He's very dense. He will never knock over. All right, so I'm putting the heel at the back, and then I'm going to be pulling down the hat below the booty, the gnome booty. There you go. All right, so again, my little twine strings are a little longer because I'm going to use those in just a second. To attach my nose, I'm using a wood round, so I'm going to split the fur to the fabric and then add a very generous portion of hot glue and then press that round into the front. Now there is a way that you can use the sock in order to make the gnome nose. I've shared that before. I'll link that below. Okay, so for all the people asking me, I picked up these gloves at the Dollar Tree so I can show you this. I cut higher than the part that is already sewn together, and that will give me either feet or arms. And so what I do, I'm not going to attach them to this gnome, but I just put them on the sides, glue the top pieces together, and then hide those underneath the hat. And so it looks, well, let me put the hat on. It looks like this. Well, it would look like that if they were on the side. But the whole idea is you don't need to stuff these, because usually on the smaller gnomes, they already looked quite full. But you can also tuck them under the base of the gnome and kind of splay them out for feet, or plop it onto the boots like so. There you go. And by the way, this style looks really cute without the arms when you have it on the ornament. Oop, there they go. We're moving on. Okay, so before I actually find these, I ended up bringing them to the coast with me, so yay. I'm going to go ahead and just secure the hat all the way around, because I'm not using arms. I'm not going to use legs or the ornaments or the mittens as legs. So I'm just going to glue this all the way around. Careful, because it is a thin material and you can definitely burn yourself. Ask me how I know. Do take a moment to put the front of the hat down right on top of the nose. Make sure all of the fur is pointing down so that it, sits nicely and covers up any of the sparse areas in the beard. And then just do that all the way around. There you go. See how far I'm pulling it back on in the back? All right, so now this part is just optional. I left those long strings there and then just glued this to the back of the star. And that just helped me bring in the wood of my nose. And look, here he is in all his floofy goodness glory. He's really small. He's so chunky and cute. And I love it that my daughter can make this with a low temperature glue gun. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think and what would you name him? As always, I appreciate you being here. And if you want more, here's a gnomes playlist for you.